Dr. Cortex, we have not determined the cause of past failures. Moron! This Bandicoot will be my general. He will lead my Cortex commandos to world domination. This time I shall reign triumphant. We are closer than ever before. Quickly, into the vortex. The vortex is not ready. We have no idea what it could do. Failure again. Capture him.
Uh-oh.
Prepare the female bandit.
Sexist much? Alright. Hey guys, Fisher here today, presenting you all, wait a minute, before it stupidly loads. Crash Bandicoot! So I did a poll on this, on a certain Discord, a couple of days ago, and a lot of people wanted to see Crash Bandicoot. Now I could be playing the N.Sanity trilogy, but the reason why I haven't is because, number one, I don't own the game, number two, I don't have a capture card yet. And yeah, I just figured I'd play the PS1 version, and I won't guarantee that this is 100% playthrough, mainly because, one, the game is hard, number two, the ending doesn't really require 100% completion, though I can show the 101% ending if I must. Without further ado, let's start off with N.Sanity Beach. So, the story itself is pretty simple indeed. You play as this little fellow right here, Crash Bandicoot, who got mutated by two evil scientists, Cortex and Embryo. And Cortex is pretty much the biggest villain, as you'll see throughout the entire series. And the goal of each of these levels is not only to get to the end, but to also break all the boxes without dying once to get a certain prize, which I won't get a whole lot of, but I will get to on my own time so I can show you an ending if need be.
What have I got?
And I do want to apologize for the graphical issues that could be happening. I pretty much set this settings to max, hoping that my laptop could eventually play the max, but it kind of is, kind of isn't. I don't know how else to explain it, but yeah. So pretty straightforward platformer, all things considered, and this is pretty much the first of the 3D platformers alongside Super Mario 64 and the episode bad Bubsy 3D. You don't need to know much about the of the game. All you need to know is that it's a pretty bad piece of crap. And if we now, what I ended up collecting, by the way, are Aku masks, and those contribute to like extra heat points. And if you end up getting like 3 of these bad boys, you will be invincible for a short period of time. Kick ass, don't you think? Oh, and this is why it can be a pretty tricky game, all things considered. It's mainly due to the control delays. This game, of course, is a victim of first game syndrome in a couple of areas, in which not only is there a bit of a delay between moving and all that sort of stuff, but yeah, it's a pretty tricky game to control way back when. I mean, it's definitely gained respect, especially from me, from people of this generation, for being one of the first few platformers, but except for me doing a playthrough, it's not really worth going back to. I mean, there's the Insane Trilogy if you want to like have a proper way of playing through this game without having to deal with all the BS. Like I said, I would have gotten a prize, but because I didn't break all the boxes without dying, that's happened. I didn't say this was 100% completion road again. So let's just dive into Jungle Rollers, shall we?
What have I got?
This is the second level of the entire game, and you'll see why it's called Jungle Rollers in a bit. The main gimmick are rolling stone things. I can't quite recall what they are, but spin away these skunks. Yeah, and yes, I forgot to mention, Crash has a spin attack, so it's not like it just jumps on enemies like a red Italian man. I forget who his name is these days. And get rid of the punch. Delay doesn't screw me over, and it did. And those are the jungle rollers. Avoid them at all costs. And by the way, I did collect a ton of thing. Those are not only those are pretty much the only way you can access bonus rounds in this game before they would introduce bonus platforms, bonus pits, or whatever in the second game, which I'll get into once I'm done with this series. If I can make it a series, that is. I'm a busy man, leave me alone. And yes, there are checkpoints in this, and they're in the form of crates. Very clever, you have to ask me. So yeah, my issue isn't that this game is super hard, but the issue is why it's hard. Like, the way you collect gems, and yes, the gems are set prices that I'm yakking on about. The controls and delays and everything. And the challenges the game expects you to do with such delay controls in the first place, and I messed up there because I was trying to use my audience. And yes, it is possible to spin away the one piece, but why would you? And that's 3 toners collected, so that means we will enter a bonus round. Now those don't count to the crates you'll break to get the gems, because there are some bonus rounds that pretty much have impossible ways to break crates. And this is where the most efficient way you'll save your game. And don't mind my Tony Hawk's playthrough save there. That is pretty much where I'll save my game. You can still pretty much save it anywhere else. As a save you don't particularly fancy having, you can just overwrite that. All in all, yeah, I still respect this game. I don't hate this game, far from it, otherwise I wouldn't do a playthrough on this. But it's just the extra steps this game goes towards. I did it without dying, but I couldn't really be bothered to get the crates. Not only, you're pretty much gonna need some colored gems to get to certain places. Not that I'll bother with that. Next level, Great Gate. Now these iron crates, as you can imagine, they cannot be broken. So they'll pretty much be useful for platforming sections. Unless otherwise, and I'll get to that in a moment. Jesus Christ, this is such a perfectly broken mess. Yep, and that's what I mean when I say otherwise. There we go. By the way, this is pretty much one of the man-made villages levels. But don't think for a second that the tribe will be friendly to you. Nuh-uh. Because if a tribal chief wanted peace, they ain't gonna be too friendly to you.
What have I got?
Spin you out of here. And yep, this game is built towards patience. 2 toners, and see here? These motherfuckers are trying to push your ass out. Achieve one piece. And they'll stop at nothing to make sure you don't disrupt that piece. Get out of here. Yay! I think I could do like 4 levels of this game. And I got the bonus round, I didn't even notice. By the way, the music here is like really awesome. By the way, those crates are completely different from other crates. You gotta bounce them to earn the wumpers, otherwise you're gonna get jack shit. Or at least 1 wumper if you're lucky. If you collect 100 wumpers, as you pretty much may have figured out already, or maybe not, who knows, you will earn an extra life. Standard platforming stuff. Collect 100 some things, you'll earn an extra life. Give me these 2 extra lives. And the save point. You signed from relief, you didn't even get hit, you wanked. Let's save the updated game and proceed on our way. Oh boy. And that is level done. Now I think I got time for one more too. It was great, but I missed about a lot of crates. Not that I was asked anyways. Finally, we will go through the boulders. Now, these are one of the first of a lot of chase sequences the series would have before this. One per there, and that's our extra life. And we have run away, as mentioned before, from a fucking boulder. And I hope you like chase sequences in your platformers, because Crash has these throughout the entire series. And sometimes the camera can't even keep up with you. Oh, forgot that crate. Oh, fuck's sake. Forgot to mention, this game is, and pretty much the entire series itself, famous for its death animations, because Crash Bandicoot is pretty much based off all Warner Brothers cartoons, which is interesting. Not that I hate it, it's definitely a decent way, but to think of such an iconic gaming character was based off all cartoons. For what I know, I was starting to wonder who the hell Mario was based off of. No, I will not make a joke. Hey. Whew. Do you see how close that was? Run. Maybe I can actually do one more level. Sure, because the next level is actually pretty fun. And that is level done as far as this portal sounds. And despite the fact that we died once, we got ourselves a gem. I will not be collecting all of them, just a few of them. Oh, I thought as soon as the next one was gonna be a whole hog. Sure, I got enough time.
What have I got?
This level is actually pretty decent. Oh! Oh boy. Okay. I mean, there's enough for the gem anyway, if I got collect to get to a certain area. If I could be asked. That's not as soon as I say that. At least it's definitely there's an extra life crate. And by the way, once you collect the life crate and then die, they won't respawn. They'll basically just get replaced by either one crate or an actual surprise crate, which will give you like a bunch of Wumpas. Better than nothing, if you ask me. Yep. Yep, there's 2 tons of piranhas in this level. One of them only jumps away once you land on them, and one is basically the time is key plant. What I mean by that is that if you jump on it at the wrong time, your ass is grass. Not even this little fucker will save your ass if you get bit. Oh, bandicoots are pretty unhealthy for you. There we go. Delay. But at least we get a bonus round, so we're gonna earn us some lives. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. There we go. Yeah, if you die or fall on these bonus rounds, you ain't getting back to them. So your best hope is to basically save right afterwards. So, save the game, override that, yes. Tony Hawk with the win as well. And it's back to the main game. Oh boy, oh boy. Once again, controlling Crash can be a bit stiff. And that's not only the end of the video, but also the end of the level. So, thank you guys so much for watching. If you do enjoy this content, smash that like button. Leave a comment down below if you want to see more content. And in the next episode, not only will we take on Papu Papu, we'll also go Hog Wild and beyond. So, with that said, please do subscribe if you enjoyed this ass backwards content. Thanks again for watching.